Okay, Tom Long Films. We're doing a promotional interview about the feature film Grounded. It's November 13, 2011, here at Lake Arrowbear by Big Bear, California, on just the day after Tom Long's birthday. We're going to toss out some questions. Tom, it's almost 1 year exactly from the start date of production on the film Grounded. And you shot a lot of scenes here at Arrowbear Lake in the snow. Just tell us a little bit about what's happened with the project since then, how it's going, progress, and here practically a year later, what's going on with Grounded?
Grounded was an interesting project. We had fun shooting it in 21 days, and it was all volunteer cast, crew actually, and cast mostly. They were only compensated maybe gas and day rates, if needed or absolutely necessary. The project was completed in April of 2011. We shot for 21 days. That spanned it 6 months, from November 2010 to April of 2011. So it was all shot in weekends. And after 21 days, everybody was exhausted. From then, we went on to doing post-production. I basically camped out in my office in Colton and worked with Andrea Bryhos, and we edited the film, did a couple of rough cuts, and up until today we do have a good final edit. However, we're still working on ADR and calling back the cast for voice work at Andre Bolton's place in Sherman Oaks, and it's going well. We still got another week to do it. Basically, the project's been very fun. It's exciting. Getting good feedback from people working on the project, and that's always a good thing. Not that they're biased, but I guess if they were honest, it's very good feedback. We did go to AFM last month, in fact a week ago, and I handed out a bunch of screener DVDs and information packets. We do have a lot of interest in the film, even from the intro clip that Julian sent the distributors, and now they're taking their time watching the screener. So hopefully we get interest from a few good distributors that can give money back to the production.
Okay. This area here a year ago in November and December here at Lake Arrowbear, major weather and snow. I mean, I was here too, and like today is just a gorgeous day, but back then it was one of the worst winters in San Bernardino County. Tell us, and I was there, right? But tell us about the weather difficulties with Grounded.
Well, Grounded, we shot here in mountains knowing that we're going to go through a lot of these weather problems. The first day we shot, that's November 6th of last year. We did have a lot of fog that kind of screwed up the lighting a little bit. The second day we shot, 2 weeks after that, we had freezing rain, and the actors was really cold, but the crew, the actors all stuck with me. Nobody stomped off and kind of said, Tom, your production sucks. It's cold, and I'm not getting any fire to get warmed up. But eventually, we shot through a lot of weather, and everybody stuck around, and we made the best of it.
But by the time you were out at the Lake Arrowhead Airport, I mean, that was a major wind and storm out there. Tell me about that day.
Yeah, the airport was really, really bad. It was the worst day of the shoot. I mean, it had gusting winds, like 40 to 50 miles an hour. And it was rain. it was just really bad. We had to have a transportation crew, thanks to Ken Crest, Renee Puckett, and Ray Raymond, or was it Raymond Ray? I'm not really sure. I apologize. But they took us out there with their vehicles and with 4x4 capabilities, and we actually have to be, I guess, what do you call it? We have to depend on them, with our lives, to get to the location. And from the location, we actually had a few hours of shooting time because the weather starts stirring up, and the crew was telling me, you know what, Tom, you only have half an hour before we got to get out of here, or else we're going to get stuck for the night.
Wow, yeah. But in the film Grounded, as the writer-producer, the weather, the cold snow, the frozen ponds, the storms, it's part of the film. It's a selling value overseas where they might want to see the San Bernardino Mountains in California, and it's almost like it gives the whole film a feel and a tone. Do you agree that, like the wilderness, I mean, that's why you came up here, right?
Yes, I do agree. This is a very nice location for this kind of story. First of all, I do like Running Springs and Big Bear myself. I usually go up here and just kind of like ponder and kind of thought, you know what, if I'm going to go up here this much, might as well make a movie, here. And we did. We finished it, and I'm very glad. The location is very warm and cozy, for the community. I think it's a great way to kind of show people that wherever you are, we all have the same problems, and this story is about kids having their parents getting them grounded because they came home late one day past curfew. So that's something that happens to every family in the United States. So I thought,
well, and a Christmas film, you got to have the snow, and you got to have the snow and Snowball, snowman, snow sledge, and you were at the ski lifts and at the ski resorts too.
Yes, the Christmas story kind of have a lot to do with that. And the snowball fights, there was about maybe 3 or 4 snowball fights in the movie, and it's funny because if you think about it, in real life, you probably can't beat somebody with a gun by throwing snowballs at them. But these kids, they
in Tom Long films, you can't.
they did it in this film. Yeah. So in reality, I guess if you throw enough snowballs at somebody, they might.
Well, they're pretty stupid bank robbers, Okay, Tom Long films, Lake Arrowbear Lake, and we'll leave it there.